.com and broadcasting live, you're watching News 6 at noon.
Now at noon, Cyber Monday deals are hitting across the country. A look inside an Amazon fulfillment center as people cross items off their holiday shopping list. But first at noon, the longest serving death row inmate in the state trying to get himself out of prison and spare his own life. Tommy Ziegler has been on death row now for nearly 50 years, accused of a Christmas Day quadruple murder in Winter Garden in 1975. Now, for the first time in decades, a judge is re-examining key evidence in this case. Our News 6 Laverne McGee is live in studio, bringing us up to date on what's happening in court right now. Laverne?
Thanks, Steve. This may be a final chance at freedom for Ziegler, considering his age, if his attorneys can prove this new evidence is real and relevant. 80-year-old Ziegler was convicted of murdering his wife, his in-laws, and another man. He killed them at his family's furniture store in Winter Garden on Christmas Eve in 1975. But Ziegler has maintained he was a victim and did not commit the crime. He said he walked in on a robbery that day and was shot while fighting off the real killer. According to Ziegler's lawyers, new DNA results could prove that Ziegler struggled with Charlie Mays, a customer who was also killed at the store that night. Forensic scientists are being called to discuss blood splatter evidence.
No one knew whose blood it was. We now have that evidence. New testing technologies are able to identify whose blood it was.
Circuit Court Judge Letitia Marquise will decide to either uphold Ziegler's death sentence or overturn his convictions. We're going to be following this hearing all week, so keep it here and also log on to Click Orlando for the latest. Steve, back to you.
Thank you, Laverne. In Melbourne, one person is dead and another in the hospital after an apartment complex shooting. It happened at the Somerset Apartments around 6 this morning. Officers say they heard gunshots and immediately responded to the area, finding 2 men in front of an apartment. One was taken to the hospital. The other died at that scene. Investigators say there is no ongoing threat to public safety. And developing right now, one person is dead after a 5-car crash out in Melbourne. It happened on US 1 near Post Road. The road just reopened about 2 hours after that crash first occurred. Florida Highway Patrol says that pileup started when a driver didn't slow down for stopped traffic ahead. Investigators say a motorcyclist was taken to the hospital where they died. Another person was taken to the hospital as well. That wreck is currently under investigation. And taking a live look at the airport as many continue to travel home after their holiday visits, or maybe you're returning right back here to Central Florida and bringing in the one and only meteorologist Julie Broughton. What kind of weather can people be returning to if they're going to be landing here soon?
Yeah, we're talking about a little bit of a haze out there and even a few isolated showers. So as we were talking about this morning, kind of back to reality this Monday for a lot of us heading back to work and school. Here's what it looks like for you right now in Daytona Beach. This is our sky cam, and notice we do have quite a bit of cloud cover in place, sitting right now at 72 degrees with winds out of the northeast. Now, rain chances are low today, but certainly not zero, around 10 to 20%. And even on the radar, we've seen a few light showers that could be hitting the ground across parts of our northern area like Marion County up into Flagler County. We have a greater chance of rain headed our way tomorrow. I'll break that down for you along with a front that's headed our way in just a few minutes, Steve.
Thanks, Julie. Now at noon, we're learning more about a Thanksgiving Day shooting at an apartment complex that left 2 dead. Deputies say the victims are 38-year-old Victor Perez and 40-year-old Sharon Vieira. They were found on Thursday afternoon at the Academy at Waterford Lakes Complex. It's going to be off of Rouse Road on the east side of Orange. The suspect, Christian Pagan, was taken into custody right after it happened. He's behind bars on first-degree murder charges. We're also asking Orange County deputies if suspects in custody after a deadly stabbing in the Pine Hills the day after Thanksgiving. It happened late Friday at a home a couple of blocks from Ridgewood Park Elementary. Deputies say they found 45-year-old DeGoandell Floyd hurt. She was rushed to the hospital but later died. Deputies still aren't saying what happened or if suspect is on the run. We'll let you know as soon as we get any information. New at noon, investigators say a teen is dead because someone got behind the wheel under the influence of alcohol. Florida State troopers say Eddie Edmond was driving down Poinciana Parkway Friday and ran into a stopped car. That's when they say the car flipped over and hit another vehicle stopped in front of them. Florida Highway Patrol says an 18-year-old in that car that flipped did die and multiple passengers were hurt. Edmond was arrested for driving under the influence manslaughter and now facing multiple charges. A new way to get between Volusia and Polk counties is coming starting today. I'm excited for this. Sunrail is expanding its train service between DeLand and Point Siena. Those trains will be leaving Point Siena at 8:45 and DeLand at 9:55 at night. As News 6 Stephanie Rodriguez shows us, it gives riders a new way to travel between the cities.
Riders we talked to say they're happy about this change because it gives them more options, but they're also hoping it will mean even more routes will be added in the future. Sunrail has expanded its weeknight service, giving people more ways to stay out late and get home safe.
I love how quick I get to my destination, and I don't have to worry about the traffic.
The late-night southbound train, which leaves DeLand at 9:55, and the mid-evening northbound train, which departs from Point Siena at 8:45, are to give riders more flexibility.
And instead of rushing over here to get on the train, I can stay out hang out a little later.
While Sunrail riders appreciate the 2 extra trains, they tell me progress has been a lot slower than they'd like to see. There are still no weekend trains, something people have been asking to see since Sunrail started running in Central Florida.
I hope they do it on Saturday. I mean, I love it right now, but Saturday is real good.
Saturday should have been done a long time ago with all the events and things that go on. Sunday's probably the same thing.
Sunrail is planning on creating the Sunshine Corridor to connect to MCO, iDrive, and Disney Springs. Several municipalities and even Universal have approved funds to pay for a study on it. It's an idea riders want to see come to fruition.
They need more routes to be more consistent through the day. I think it would increase ridership, but I also think that they need to get the thing finished to the airport, and it'll create more ridership throughout the Orlando area to going to the airport and back and build it up.
Also, if you're a daily rider, heads up, the service has also adjusted some of its departure times, so be sure to check out the updated schedule. I'm Stephanie Rodriguez reporting for News 6.
Thank you, Stephanie. Orlando's District 3 is headed to a runoff, and early voting starts today. Roger Chapin is facing off against Miritana. They were the top 2 vote getters in last month's election, but neither got the required 50% to take home that seat. Early voting is open until Sunday. The general election is next Tuesday. And, well, today is Cyber Monday, a chance to do some holiday shopping and keep it on the cheaper side. Deals are in full effect right now, and people across the country are looking to cash in on some of those deals. Our News 6 Mark Lehman is giving us a pretty cool inside look at one company's busy day.
For Cyber Monday, Amazon says things are very busy at this facility. You can see some of these orders coming in, being processed and packaged, going out for delivery, and we got a chance to speak with workers about how it gets to your doorstep on time.
We are standing in the heart of where all the action comes down.
At Amazon's same-day facility in Orlando, employees have been preparing for a busy holiday season.
On a normal day, we'll ship out around 50,000 packages. Throughout the holidays, Black Friday into Cyber Monday, that can go as high as 90,000 packages.
To keep up with the rush, Amazon created 250,000 seasonal positions across the country. 2,000 of those are in Central Florida. It's happening as Adobe Analytics estimates U.S. shoppers will spend over $14 billion on Cyber Monday.
The employee right here, what he's doing is he's picking out individual customer orders, putting them in this wall here, and then it gets passed through the wall and packed out on the other side.
Hundreds of robotic shelves moving in sync to get the orders scanned in and packed. Now, once those packages are processed, they next go down this conveyor belt and end up in the dispatch area. That's where they get sorted into different bins based on zip code. And all of this happens in a matter of minutes.
It's more or less about a 10-minute transit time from the furthest point to here.
Businesses are counting on what's expected to be a 6% increase in Cyber Monday sales from last year. As shopping ramps up through the holidays, so will the activity in getting those orders out the door.
For us, it's all in-house, all under one roof, and it's all being sent directly to the customer from here.
In Orlando, Mark Lehman, News 6.
Makes you appreciate things a little bit differently. A new chance for dogs to enjoy the great outdoors is coming to Volusia County, and people say it's a huge win. Coming up, the new Dog Beach opening today.
Introducing the new $25 million Gold Rush Multiplier Scratch-Off from the Florida Lottery.
Now, pretty soon you'll be seeing signs just like this one, and also places to get doggy bags all along this 1.5 mile stretch of Daytona Beach as the city unveils a new dog beach in this area. I'm your community correspondent, Jarrell Baker, and this is something that has been in the works for months now. We've been speaking with beachgoers and dog lovers about the new dog designated area.
Hi, buddy.
This is Abba, a firearms detection and explosive detection canine trained on 26 different odors. And he also loves the beach. How important is having an open area like this to do that training?
It's the best. We can only do so much in the backyard, you know? So coming to a different environment is super helpful.
Now Abba and his handler Casey Cody have a new stretch of sand to work with in Daytona Beach, 1.7 miles between Williams Avenue and Seabreeze Boulevard, officially marked as Volusia County's newest dog beach. The county modeled this area after the successful Ormond Beach Dog Zone, a partnership with Daytona Dog Beach Incorporated that became permanent this year. That 18-month pilot program saw more than 13,000 dogs and their owners. Casey's partner, Kevin Hahn, says that the new spot is a game changer.
As soon as we open the door, they pull us out the door, and then getting to add the element of the sand just improves the quality of life for them and makes it better to be a pet owner here.
Dogs can hit the beach during daytime hours. Volusia County Animal Services will monitor the area to make sure dogs stay leashed, owners pick up waste, and the beach environment, including wildlife and dune vegetation, stays protected. Officials say the project could cost between $8,000 and $10,000 for signage, dog waste bag dispensers, and water bowls, plus about $2,500 a year to maintain the area. Now, if you want to learn more information about the dog beach, you can take out your phone here and scan the QR code to get all of the rules and times for this area. Now, there will be a ribbon cutting ceremony for the dog beach at a later date. Here in Daytona Beach, Jarrell Baker, News 6.
I'll be joining Jarrell for that ribbon cutting. Some major weather rolling in across the country. Forecasters expect heavy rain in the south and snow throughout the northeast through the rest of this week. The system that caused this major issues, and FlightAware now showed 12,000 delays and 1,000 cancellations. Get this, just yesterday. But we want to bring in meteorologist Julie Broughton. And Julie, listen. There's been weather here, weather there.
Yes.
What can our Floridians expect over the next couple of days?
Well, we are going to bump our rain chances up tomorrow, all part of that same system that's going to be bringing even more snow to the northeast. But one thing I really love about today, it is the first day that we are out of hurricane season. So we officially wrapped up the 2025 season yesterday with 13 named storms, 5 hurricanes. 4 of those were major hurricanes, and of those, 3 storms reached Category 5 status. And for the first time since 2015, no hurricane made landfall in the U.S., so we can rest a little bit while we wait for 2026's hurricane season. Here's what we can expect locally as we move through the next couple of days. We're tracking a front that will move into our area tomorrow. Now, ahead of that today, we're keeping it warm with a few showers, but our chance of rain really jumps up for our Tuesday to about 50 to 60% thanks to that front, and that will bring some thunderstorms and even some periods of heavy rain throughout the day tomorrow. So tomorrow's a day you want to go ahead and make those plans to keep the rain gear handy. Radar sweeping out for us right now, showing we have seen some very light showers. I do think some of this has likely been hitting the ground in areas like Ocala and up toward Flagler County. The model's keeping some very light rain around as we head through the day today. Rain chances for today only around 10 to 20%, but again, as that system deepens over the Gulf and moves into our area, that will bring us that better chance of rain for our Tuesday. So really not looking so bad as we all head back to work and school today. This is our Launch Credit Union camera out at the Cape, looking so beautiful out there. Isn't that looking lovely? 78 degrees, plenty of sunshine. Right now, winds are coming in out of the northeast at 13 miles per hour with some higher gusts. If you're in Orlando, you're at 79. 72 in Leesburg, Winter Haven, you're at 80 degrees, and it is 71 in Palm Coast. Now, here's your hour-by-hour forecast.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency, you ought to call Strata.
check out Max. Max is having a wonderful day. He got some new toys, so his parents decided to show them off on clickorlando.com/pins. We hope you'll do the same. 80 degrees as we head through the afternoon hours. 78 degrees at 4 o'clock. Rain chances stay low, not zero, but low. Here's the water vapor imagery showing us how things are looking aloft. I've also put the surface features on for you, and we have a weak front draped across central Florida. Notice that low over the Gulf that's deepening. That tomorrow will drag this front into our area, and that's what is bumping up our chance of rain. So by 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll start to see some of those showers, especially across our northern and western counties. By 1 o'clock, I think we'll see activity a little bit more widespread, tracking down toward the I-4 corridor. Even toward around 4 o'clock, I think we could still see some pockets of heavier rain affecting areas like Mico and Barefoot Bay before that front clears our area, and then we cool things down by our Wednesday. So for today, we go to a high in the low 80s. Same again tomorrow out ahead of that front with that 60% chance of rain. But look at the temperature difference on Wednesday, 72 for your high on Wednesday. Then by the end of the week, back into the low 80s before our next front comes through this weekend.
Thank you, Julie. Well, it's a new era for football over at the University of Florida with a new leader of the program. Coming up, the man taking over as we look at the success he's had at other schools across the country. And coming up at News 6 at 6.
A News 6 investigation reveals rideshare drivers in Central Florida being used as money mules.
I was feeling the package, this feels like money. And so I opened it up, and it was $11,000 cash.
An Orange County man stopped one transaction in its tracks. I'm investigator Lewis Bold, and I'll have the story tonight at 6 on News 6.
Here's a live look at downtown Orlando from the Light Orlando delivering Hope Camera. You're watching News 6 at noon. Stick with us. We'll be right back. A new head coach in the swamp. The University of Florida has found the next leader of its football program. Tulane head coach John Sunrail is taking over the program. He has led his teams to 4 straight conference championships, 2 at Tulane and 2 at his former stop, Troy University. Sunrail previously made stops in the SEC as an assistant at Kentucky and over at Ole Miss. The university is hoping he'll bring back the team to being a championship contender. And check out our primetime lineup at News 6 this evening. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news over at News 6 tonight. That's at 9 o'clock. Go in depth as we track the latest weather developments and answer your weather questions with meteorologist Jonathan Kagas at 9:30. Then watch the late news an hour earlier. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus. Download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Take a live look at our launch Credit Union Port camera over at Port Canaveral. You're watching News 6 at noon. We're back in 3 minutes. Keep it here. We are getting results this holiday season for 6,000 kids and seniors in Central Florida. Anytime you hear that music, you know what's happening. We're partnered with BFAR Contracting for the Salvation Army Angel Trees program. Time is running out, though. All gifts are due back this Friday. If you want to help this year, you can take out your phone right now, scan the QR on your screen, takes you to clickorlando.com/angeltree. We posted the information on how you can link to adopt. Get out there.
Yeah,
Julie.
and all the gifts are due on Friday, so
yes, get out there.
Get cracking. We're tracking a few isolated showers out there this afternoon. Rain chances go way up for us for our Tuesday, though, to 60% as a stronger front comes through. We hit a high of 81 tomorrow, and then behind that system, A whole lot cooler by Wednesday with highs in the low to mid 70s, back in the 80s by Friday and Saturday. And we're timing another front that should come through Saturday into Sunday. Right now, the model's kind of diverging on the exact timing and intensity of that. But for now, we're looking at a cool down by Sunday.
Sounds good. Keep the rain gear close. How about
Exactly.
that? Thanks for joining us at noon. Our next newscast is at 4 o'clock. You can always get all our news at clickorlando.com. Have a great day. We'll see you later.